This morning in today's Holiday Kitchen, Chef Nigella Lawson, the best-selling author, has written a new cookbook sure to spice up your holiday entertaining with some simple yet sinful recipes. It's called Nigella Christmas: Food, Family, Friends, and Festivities. Nigella, good morning.
Good morning to you.
A lot of another F there. Sounds like fun. How much do you love Christmas?
Well, I just love it. I suppose if you like being surrounded by people and talking and you love food, it's kind of your time of year.
Exactly.
You know, so it's tailor-made for my particular passions.
And one of the things that sometimes in all the wrapping of things, we forget about is really how to make the Christmas breakfast so special. And you've got this fantastic recipe. And P.S., it's also healthy because it's got sweet potato.
Yeah, well, you know, I think a lot of food, I mean, my view always with food is if you're using real ingredients, it's healthy. What's not so healthy is food that doesn't really bear any relation to the sort of foodstuffs that our ancestors would have, known about.
Right, exactly right. So get us started then. I said sweet potato, but you mean pumpkin. It's pumpkin that we're using, right?
It is pumpkin, but that's also, anything orange is good for you in that way.
And we're putting in
buttermilk.
Buttermilk. Now, why do you use buttermilk?
Because I think the tang of the buttermilk against the sweetness of the pumpkin really adds something. I think balance is very important. Well, not just in food, but in everything.
Yeah.
But, it really makes a difference.
So this is the recipe if we want to try to achieve balance. I'll work for you here if you want me to.
Yes. Well, you can do the flour minutes.
Flour, and then we put the flour in. Now, by the way, you're just putting that directly into the wet mixture. But this, can you just dump it, or do you have to go slowly?
Well, do you know what? Everyone will tell you have to go slowly, but in the end, you just whisk till the lumps are out, and it doesn't really matter. Come on.
Okay.
Let's go fast.
Okay.
I haven't got the patience to go slowly.
And we only have a couple of minutes in the broadcast,
but
so there we go.
There we are.
And what do we have?
And then, baking soda, baking powder, and you just, in the end, I won't carry on because I'm going to put flour all over you, and I like your top too much.
I like yours. Thanks so much, Nigella.
And then in the end, you have
it looks like that.
I mean, it's so beautiful. And I always think, if you consider regular pancakes, they're like a blanket. When you eat these, it's like a comforter. It's just so wonderfully
and they smell good when they're being cooked as well. So that's a nice little aroma for your breakfast.
This is a horrible noise, isn't it? It's like people used to, when I was at school, people used to put, their fingers down the blackboard.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
That one needs a teeny bit longer, but...
Yeah, I think we didn't give you the best griddle, but there you are.
No, that's perfect.
And then here you can make them as large as you want.
Yes,
there's
absolutely.
Plate of them. Now, the pièce de résistance is what you put on top of them.
Okay,
right?
I'm coming over, and this is what I put on top of them, which I love. So these are pecans, which I've toasted first in a skillet, just so the full nuttiness comes out. And
just
then
simple, without anything, just oil?
And then, no oil, because nuts have
oil anyway.
Oil anyway.
Okay.
And then I douse them a bit in maple syrup and carry on cooking until the syrup almost crystallizes, and it gives them almost like a candy.
And they're very sparkly.
Aren't they lovely? And so then it's just... The question, it's so easy, it's just a question of adding some of these gorgeous pecans.
And then syrup.
And then syrup. See, I think maple syrup, again, it's like a natural sugar. I mean, it exists like that, therefore it must be good for you.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's an antioxidant.
I know, and speaking of antioxidants, look at this salad that you've come up with.
Yes, well, it's my feeling is that we tend to overindulge in the holiday season, and if you've had a bit too much to drink, you see, I prefer to get my medication in food form. So instead of going to a health store and getting tablets, I have, antioxidants there in the salad.
Well, that does salad.
Blueberry, and pomegranate. And what are we drinking here?
An espresso martini.
Very good. Perfect.
So there you are. There's your balance. Thank you so much this morning.
Thank you.
It's always great to have you here.
Happy holidays.